FBI rejecting a request under the Freedom of Information Act for records related to Hillary Clinton's emails, citing a lack of, quote, public interest. The Bureau saying in a letter, quote, if you seek disclosure of any existing records on this basis, you must demonstrate that the public interest in disclosure outweighs personal privacy interest in this regard. You must show that the public interest sought is a significant one and that the requested information is likely to advance that interest. The info in question, documents resulting from a referral to the Department of Justice from our one lucky guy, then House Oversight Chair Jason Chaffetz. He'd asked the department to investigate whether Clinton or her employees violated laws against the destruction of records. Congressman, what do you make of this?
This is absolutely disgusting. It's totally counter to who we are as a nation. We are open. We are transparent. We're supposed to be self-critical. The American people pay for this government. Hillary Clinton was the Secretary of State. What she created were federal records, and every individual in this country has the right to see those. But you know what? When I was the member of Congress and made a congressional inquiry, they wouldn't give us that information. When I issued a subpoena, which in my world is not an optional activity, they didn't respond to that. And now it's stunning to put in writing that we're not going to provide you, the American people, these emails because we want to protect the privacy of
So what do you
Hillary
think's behind
Clinton.
it?
I think this is the deep state fighting back. And I do. I just
Are they protecting her, or are they fighting against the current administration?
Well, I think they're fighting against the current administration. They're protecting themselves. They're protecting Hillary Clinton. And they don't want the exposure because what is it that they're hiding? That's how we do oversight. Now, here's the cruel irony. This is the thing that really frustrates me. As a member of Congress that could issue a subpoena, one of the only people in the entire country to do this, it's not worth a hill of beans. Because guess what? In order to enforce that subpoena, who do I have to go to get to enforce it? The Department of Justice, who doesn't want me to look at the Department of Justice.
Is there an end around this, though? Is there a higher power, if you will?
Look, I hope, I want the Obama administration to be exposed for what it is. I need the Trump administration. I need the Attorney General himself, who, when I met with him and when I talked to him on the phone, and I haven't talked about this much publicly, he denied it. He said, I cannot and I will not do this. And if Jeff Sessions, as the Attorney General, will not loosen this up because he had to recuse himself, I begged the White House, give me somebody to talk about, and I hope that this can expose it. I mean, I left Congress for a whole lot of reasons. One of them was that I can't do this, but I can beat the drum on Fox News and around the country and expose it for what it really is. Because if you think that as a member of Congress, the chairman of the Oversight Committee can just go in there and get those documents, guess what? You can't.
So in your experience looking at seeing FOIA requests just through the course of ordinary business, what are some of the more prevalent and I guess like legitimate reasons for a refusal to provide information? What do those look like? What are the justifications?
If they were asking for Hillary Clinton's Social Security number, okay, we're going to deny that.
Then the privacy would be legitimate.
There are hundreds of thousands of documents that are denied access by the government to the American people. It's their government. The government forgets who they work for. They work for the American people. The people aren't subject to the government.
And aren't they our records?
Yes, they're public records. And if there's classified information, then redacted. But guess what? Members of Congress aren't supposed to have redacted documents. But here we are years later, and we still don't have them. We don't have them from Fast and Furious. We don't have them from Benghazi. We don't have them from, I mean, you name the list. Why are they being held? Lois Lerner, the IRS.
Does this speak to the power of the Clinton machine, that people are afraid of releasing these documents to having that power and that money bear down on them, these career bureaucrats, if you will?
This is one of the few times that I've seen the Department of Justice put this excuse actually in writing. And so this lawsuit, the exposure to the American people, I hope opens up a whole can of worms and exposes the truth. That's what we try to do. That's what's supposed to differentiate the United States of America from the rest of the planet. But it's not happening.
Final word on that. A university professor fired after appearing to suggest that Hurricane Harvey was karma for Texans voting Republican. Did the school make the right move, or is this free speech violation?